it's me, Jules. Welcome back to the Jules Creations. Today I'm going to be doing a style study of Minty's sketchbook's style. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. I absolutely love Minty's sketchbook channel and her art, and oh my goodness, her art is so inspiring to me. As I mentioned in my last video where I ranked art YouTubers, she is one of my utmost art inspirations, and I just love the way she works with markers. And since I felt myself kind of slipping into art block a little bit recently, I thought this would be a great way to take a break from my current style and try something new. If you're not familiar with Minty's Sketchbooks channel, here's a couple clips of her art. She is super underrated. She only has 11,000 subscribers, and she did take a break for like a couple months, but she's back now and she's posting super frequently, which I'm really happy about because I just love watching her content. Her art is just so beautiful and aesthetic, and she's just so talented. So Minty, unlike a lot of other artists, does the coloring before the line art. I also usually do the coloring before the line art, so that wasn't that different from what I usually do. I started by coloring in the skirt, which was really fun. The skirt was specifically inspired by one of her drawings, but I can't find that picture, so you'll just have to go find that on her channel. If you aren't subscribed already to her channel, definitely go check it out because she is an amazing YouTuber and you will be inspired if you go and watch her channel. But finish watching this video first. The way Minty draws skirts isn't really that different from the way I usually draw skirts. She does a lot of blending, and that's what I usually do too, like gradients and everything. I really enjoy doing gradients with Ohuhu markers, and that is definitely a key part of her art style, I've found. So I had a lot of fun with that on the skirt. She does usually do a lot of hatching on the drawing, especially in the skirt and clothing, but I kind of forgot to do that. I still think it kind of looks like her style though, but you'll have to wait till the end to see that. But yeah, it was just a whole lot of switching in between the two markers, blending, and surprisingly it didn't even bleed through to the next page, because let me tell you, that page was soaked with alcohol markers. And this is kind of off topic, but I'm so glad that Ohuhu markers are finally doing refills. Oh my gosh, that was kind of the one thing that people mentioned in their reviews of Ohuhu markers. Like, they're great, they're just as good as Copics, except they don't have refills and they don't sell individual markers, which is kind of like the one con. But now they're pretty much like equal to Copics, but way cheaper. I'm so hyped, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, there's definitely a lot of colors that I use a lot. So it's going to be a game changer. And also, if I eventually make my own comic or, have a character that uses the same color a lot of times, then that will be great. I'm so excited. Another thing I've noticed Minty does a lot in her drawings is adding a lot of sparkles and highlights, which is also something I do a lot. I just think it kind of brings the drawing together and adds a little bit of contrast. So for the skirt, I kind of did a starry night sky kind of vibe, and I did a bunch of stars, and oh my god, I love how it looks. I think it turned out so cute. I want a skirt like this. Someday I might make a video where I try to make the outfits based on the drawings I've drawn / do a makeup look based off of how I draw faces. I think that would be really fun and interesting video to do. So let me know if you guys would like to see something like that, because that's definitely a video I think will be really fun to make. Another thing Minty does with her drawings is when she does do the line art, she does the line art as like a slightly darker version than the area she colored, which is also something I like to do, probably from watching her videos. I'm not really sure when I started doing it, but I've been doing it for quite a while, and I'm pretty sure it was from watching her videos. And I just think it looks so much better than doing just straight up black line art. And I think the effect is just very elegant and beautiful. Anyway, now to something that Minty does very differently than the way I do it. Hair. Oh my goodness, I love the way Minty draws hair. I'm pretty bad at drawing hair. I basically kind of just do the color and leave it because I haven't really figured out how I want to draw hair yet, but I absolutely loved using the technique Minty uses. It adds a lot of depth and dimension to the hair, and it doesn't just look like a blob, but it also doesn't look hyper realistic, and it's just like so beautiful. And I might start implementing some of her techniques into the way I draw hair. As you can see, I put down the lightest color, and then I do a medium color and a darker color, and then blend it together, if that makes sense. And then after that, I do, again, the technique where I use a slightly darker version of the color I just colored as the line art. Minty draws eyes very similar to the way I usually draw eyes, but she does just add a little bit more detail and shades the eyes a little bit more. But I really enjoyed drawing the eyes the way she does. And you always gotta add those juicy highlights. It's like my favorite part of drawing eyes and drawing in general. And then I'm adding the lips, where Minty also kind of draws lips the same way I do, except I usually outline the lips, but she doesn't. She just does a line through the middle and then does the color around it without any line art, but otherwise it's the same. And for the skin, I also don't really know how to shade skin that well. I usually do a little bit of basic shading and blush, but Minty does a lot more shading, and I just think it looks way more finished and just way better. So first she puts down a base layer of the lightest color, similar to how she does the hair, and then she does a blush with a slightly darker color. I usually do a more pink shade of blush, but she usually does a more like brown or closer to the actual color of the skin. She also usually uses the blush as shading for other parts, like as you can see I'm adding blush as a shading for the hair, and I just really like the effect. I ended up adding a little bit of the color that I used for the lips on top of the blush, and I think that looks really good. And then I added a shine on the nose, and I did some white freckles, which is something Minty does sometimes, and I love it so much. I think it turned out so good. I absolutely love the face. And now for the final reveal. I really enjoyed doing this challenge. It was really fun to experiment with a style that I'd never done before, and I really love Minty's style, so this has helped me a little bit with some things that I was having trouble with in my own style. I'm not trying to copy her style or steal her style or anything. This was purely for fun, and it was really nice to take a break from my usual style and just do this. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you next time. If you have any other ideas for any YouTube videos you'd like me to make or any other artist styles you would like me to try to recreate, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!